Joining me on the show tonight, Dr. Ajoy Kumar, National Spokesperson of the Congress, Aparajita Sarangi, Member of Parliament of the BJP, Salam Dharnidharan, is Spokesperson of the DMK. Dr. Ajoy Kumar, you and other political parties in opposition who have governments in various states are a stakeholder to ensure that this GST is a success. My question then is, why are you dismissing these reforms as suppressing tax?
No. I think first question is the misreading of the whole approach of the Congress. We've been saying for the past 8 years, you are having one of the worst tax structure in the country. You had to rationalize it. That's what we've been saying right from beginning. And for the past 8 years, Maria, you extorted 55 lakh crores. The government took away 55 lakh crores from the people's pocket. When the 2017, when the reforms were passed, we were asking them to simplify it. You tell us what was the stand when we gave a dissenting note. That
but
you must
Dr.
have minimum.
Kumar, der aaye durust aaye. You should be, you should be happy that even though it is delayed, but it has happened nevertheless. Let's bring Aparajita Sarangi on the screen also.
One sec, Maria. First question is, I think the simplifying the tax, there's no debate on it. But to rob for 9 years and then to say that I brought it and so you must congratulate me because there's so many other reforms. So GST is one part of the reform, and I'll just finish in 30 seconds. Whether simplifying this tax is a good idea, yes, it's a good idea. We were telling for 8 years, no, there I drusta, that's okay. But don't go saying that we did the greatest job. You're supposed to have done it earlier. And it is just a part of a lot of reforms which are needed. And I hope the government has the good sense to continue to do it. I mean, that's my first perspective. And please remember what our Congress leaders from Mr. Gandhi to everybody said on that. Simplified. They refuse to listen to us till Trump.
Yes, okay. So if it is simplified, so you should be, it's goods and simple tax, but it's not really suppressing tax. So certainly that phrasing may not be appropriate at this point, when the general sense among the public is that they are trying to understand how it will benefit them. Salam Dharnidharan, earlier today there was some chaos, particularly with regards to the dairy product. Has that been sorted out?
See, firstly, there are a lot of problems with the GST. Of course, we've now gone to 2 slabs, which is not bad. But why do we have so much complication to begin with? Right? And in fact, even if you look at the GST Council, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, right? These 4 states contribute to about 50% of India's GST collections, 50% of India's GST collections. But when it comes to GST Council, these 4 states are only 8% of the votes. So no resolution has been able to be passed in the GST Council until and unless the union government is not interested. Right? Because the Indian government has 33% vote share. So you need 75% to pass anything in GST Council, which means without the interest of the union government, nothing can be passed in the GST Council. And the GST contributing states do not have a voice. And which is why you have problems like this. Why is the dairy problem happening? Because you don't listen to states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, which are
but other states haven't said. Other states haven't really joined this chorus of concern.
See, I'm saying Tamil Nadu contributes to about 15% of India's GST collections. So you need to listen to us in the beginning itself. No, that's the whole point. That's why these problems happen. And more importantly, the more pertinent point is the opposition parties from 2017 onwards has been saying the GST is regressive taxation, indirect taxation burden on the people should be low. 2025 they do it, which means for 8 years we stood right. So why did they not listen to us 8 years back? So now economy is in doldrums. Right? Why did that happen?
Even if it is delayed, Salam Dharnidharan, it has happened. So perhaps even now, the entire political class can speak in one voice and said, no, this isn't really justice right now, which we are talking about. No courtroom business here, Salam Dharnidharan. But certainly, when it is happening, when Navratri has started, it is happening at the time when the festive season has begun. So let's build that mood in which we'll be celebrating these tax. Of course, you know, for an Aam Aadmi, for the middle class, they're trying to decode it as to how much it will impact their budget. I'm coming to you, Dr. Ajoy Kumar, but before that, Aparajita Sarangi, you know, the states, opposition parties, all of them want credit. Please give credit to them so that these reforms are a success.
It's a great day for all of us. September 22, 2025. We are aware of the fact that the government of India, led by Prime Minister Modi, has rolled out the next generation GST reforms in the country. And actually, Nagrik Devo Bhava. Everything is for the 140 crore Indians. And those who are opposing the next generation GST reforms are actually speaking against the interests of these 140 crore people. I say with all conviction at my command. Now, here are certain critics talking to us and, talking in various drawing rooms here and there. But I must tell you that they are habitual critics, one, and number two, they are suffering from a disease called cynicism. You remember, Maria, in 2017, when GST had been rolled out by the government led by Prime Minister Modi, there were around 50 kinds of taxes imposed on people, on the consumers. And imagine the kind of chaos that all of us were in. And people were suffering. And then GST was brought in, one nation, one tax. See, this government focuses on efficiency, focuses on the benefits that would go to the citizens. So I think it's a great initiative by the government of Prime Minister Modi. We all should actually, clap for this particular initiative, and we are aware of the fact that most of the rates have come down to 5% and 18%, barring some demerit goods, which are in that 40% bracket, which I think should be there. So I think simplifying the whole thing is the biggest thing which has happened.
Number one says that these are growth suppressing tax. You may have certain expectations
when
with
we are
this rollout,
decreasing,
but will the the agenda or the target be achieved is the question.
Of course. See, what is the target? Right now, the GDP of India is about 330 lakh crore. We are all aware of that. Now, as far as this 330 lakh crore rupees is concerned, 202 lakh crore constitutes the consumption. Now, in 23-24, I must tell you, Maria, this consumption amount was rupees 181 lakh crore. In just 1 year, 23-24 to 24-25, there was 12% increase, and now we are at 202 lakh rupees, 202 lakh crore rupees consumption. Now, with this kind of intervention, when we are bringing down, we are reducing the tax rates, naturally the consumption will increase. Naturally, there will be more of demand. Naturally, there will be more of projects and there will be more of investment. So I think all of us must understand a little bit of economics, if not more. Now, I must place before you certain figures. Now, UPA 1 we are talking of, UPA 2 we are talking of the period prior to 2017. Cement, 30% GST rate. It has come down to 18% this time. Sanitary napkins, 18% to 0%. Imagine the kind of relief to the girls and women. Fridge, TV, everything has come down. Detergent, 30 to 5%. Coffee, 30 to 5%.
Okay, let me bring in
30 to 5%.
Okay.
So what am I trying to tell you
got your point.
That
Yes.
there is absolute relief to the consumers, and all of us need to celebrate
No one
this.
disagrees.
But
See, firstly,
Sorry.
no one disagrees with GDP growth, but we'll have to look at the per capita GDP. Per capita GDP of
per
India
capita
is
GDP.
below Bangladesh. Right, per capita GDP, we are 100 or 120 here. And also, Madam spoke about demand side intervention, right? So there are two ways in which you can have intervention: supply side intervention and demand side intervention. This union government reduced corporate taxes and increased fuel taxes. Then we said supply side intervention will not work. Then the BJP came and said, no, supply side intervention will work because corporates will have a lot of money to invest in factories, so factories will be built, factories will employ people. But then because of very high indirect taxes like GST and fuel excise duty, what happened was demand has collapsed. Now they're saying demand side intervention, and then they're saying basic economics. This is what we've been saying for 8 years. But the point is, you should do more. We've never denied this. The 8 years we've been saying this.
Do more.
Even Nobel lawyers have been saying this. More
so
importantly,
do more is the point that is being made here.
What about
I'm
inequality?
coming to you.
What about inequality? Right?
Yes.
Thomas Piketty, economists, say that India's inequality currently is much worse than
Can
what
I
was
come
in
in,
the
Maria, for a second?
Yes, yes, ma'am, quickly, 30 seconds. And then I'll go to Ajoy Kumar. Please go ahead.
Yes, you know what? We must acknowledge and appreciate the fact that in the last 11 years, under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister, about 25 crore people have come over to the new middle class. So I think this new middle class will definitely prosper and will definitely celebrate. And we are all there to understand and acknowledge the kind of reforms that have been brought in. These are for next generation reforms. And this is definitely best for the citizens in the present context.
So there are few problems with the BJP. First of all is the GST Council. They are, genetically credit chore. I mean, Aparijita ji, other minister, finance minister, one sec, there were other finance ministers, the whole GST Council. You don't even have the courtesy to thank the others. So it's your nature. First question, the BJP, not you means BJP. Second, your chief minister, the present prime minister, who was singing so much of paeans, which I'm feeling, I would, if I was not from Congress, I would have got terribly moved by your dedication. The most important thing, he opposed GST when he was chief minister of Gujarat regularly. Fortunately, TV is there, recording is there, tweets are there. Third important part is you guys give so much of credit to the whole economy sitting on government expenditure. Private, you reduce tax, private companies are still not investing. What my colleague also said was the most important part is you robbed for 55 lakh crores from the people of India for 8 years. Now you're saying that the great prime minister has reduced cost. Another thing, comparison of prices. Yeah, gas was 400 rupees when we were there, it's now 1000 rupees. Those are not logical comparisons. Petrol was 60 rupees, now it is 100 rupees. Cement was some 300 bucks, now it is 700. That kind of comparison, madam, in a 10-year period is most fundamentally wrong economics.
I have just enough time for Aprajita Sarangi's last comments. Aprajita Sarangi, the finance minister said that she is thankful to all the states that they came on board. I think you should also extend the same courtesy. Perhaps Dr. Ajoy Kumar and all of us will end this discussion with a smile.
No,
Give them credit. Give them credit.
I say with all humility, but with a great deal of emphasis, that the proposal, this entire next generation proposal was drafted by the government, placed in the 56th GST Council, and the GST Council understood the logic of it. The members of the GST Council, they of course need to be thanked because they behaved with maturity, they looked into the logic of the whole thing, and they assented to the proposal of the government. So I think all of us, it's a collective effort that went into it, and we all have won. So I think there should be grace on part of these opposition parties to acknowledge and appreciate the good work.
Navratri has begun, so I can see Dr. Ajoy Kumar also smile, so everybody is smiling, and that is the way this discussion will be ending. So thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Ajoy Kumar. Yes, happy Navratri to all the viewers as well, Aprajita Sarangi and Salim Dharnidharan.